168th Convocation. My name is Reverend Sean Timmons, and I'm excited you are here, and I hope you are excited you are here as well. As we begin this morning and start a new school year, let us open with prayer. God, our Creator and Sustainer, today we celebrate the start of a new academic year at Averett. We have all traveled different journeys to get to this moment, but however we got here, in whatever state we find ourselves in today, we know you have been faithful and you have brought us here. We know you will carry us throughout this school year, and you will do so for the better. We pray that this year will help us to discover the gifts you have given, gifts to build, to plant, to learn, and to encourage. We pray for the wisdom to use these gifts well as we strive to seek the beautiful and the good together throughout all disciplines and values we represent on this campus. We pray all these things with great anticipation and with great joy. Amen. Friends, you may be seated. And at this time, I'd like to invite our provost, Dr. Julie Brown, to the podium.
Good morning, and welcome to the 168th Convocation at Averett University. My name is Julie Brown, and I have the privilege of serving as the provost and your MC for today's kickoff to our 2026-2027 academic year. We are live streaming today's convocation ceremony. Thank you, Travis. A link to the recording will be available on Averett's website. To our current students and the entering class, on behalf of our faculty, welcome to Averett University. Students, you will notice that our faculty and administrators are wearing their academic regalia for convocation. And while this may seem formal in our casual age and honestly a little bit toasty for Southern Virginia in August, the wearing of regalia represents an unbroken tradition stretching back nearly millennia. These gowns mirror and affirm those worn by the first university scholars in medieval Bologna, Paris, and Oxford, where the very concept of liberal arts education was born. Now, you may wonder how this ancient tradition that moved through Renaissance academies and Enlightenment salons serves you in our rapidly changing world of AI, global markets, and careers that we can't yet imagine. Here's the truth. While technical skills have lifespans measured in years, the capacities you'll develop at Averett, effective communication, critical problem solving, ethical reasoning, and the ability to synthesize knowledge across disciplines, these are the skills that will make you irreplaceable in any field. Today, your faculty carry forward this legacy of rigorous inquiry, critical thinking, and the pursuit of truth that has weathered empires, revolutions, and technological transformations. And faculty, oops, here's a surprise. If you would, please stand. Just the faculty, I'm sorry, just asking the faculty to stand. All right, students. These credentialed individuals will be your teachers, your mentors, your cheerleaders, and when necessary, your advocates pushing you towards excellence. Our goal is that each of you will join this distinguished tradition, wearing similar robes at your own commencement ceremony as newly minted graduates ready to contribute your talents to the world. Your faculty are passionate about their calling as scholar teachers and take your intellectual growth personally. Please join me in a fitting and well-deserved tribute to your faculty. Thank you, faculty, you may be seated. Now, just briefly, let's discuss the academic contract. Students, the syllabi you'll receive and and a catalog that I know you're going to read cover to cover represent more than course and graduation requirements. They constitute a covenant between the university, faculty, staff, and students, a mutual commitment to intellectual growth. Your faculty have designed academic experiences not to simply fill your heads with facts. You can do that on your own, but to transform how you think, how you question, and how you engage in this world. This is our promise to you. Challenge us, allow us to challenge you, and together we'll prepare you not just for that first job, but for a lifetime of meaningful contribution to society and the communities that we know you will serve. Again, on behalf of your faculty, welcome to Averett University. And this is a great segue as we talk about serving your community. We want to welcome and thank our board chair, Emma Maddox-Kozlowski, and she is here today to bring greetings and a welcome from our Board of Trustees.
Good morning. On behalf of the Averett University Board of Trustees, it is my privilege to welcome all of you as we begin a new academic year. Convocation is, by its nature, about beginnings. New students, new classes, new opportunities, and this year, of course, a new president and a new chapter in the life of Averett University. There is something powerful about a new beginning. It gives us permission to look forward, not by forgetting where we have been, but by asking with renewed energy where we want to go. And I believe Averett is at exactly that kind of moment. We have an opportunity before us to think boldly about what it means to be a great regional university. Not simply a university located in this region, but one that is indispensable to it. Averett should be woven so tightly into the fabric of this region that when our communities think about their future, they think about Averett. When businesses consider where they will find their next generation of talented employees and leaders, they think about Averett. When a student wonders how college education will translate into a meaningful career and a meaningful life, Averett helps provide that answer. And when our region confronts its biggest challenges and considers its greatest opportunities, Averett has a seat at the table. That means building stronger partnerships with businesses and creating clearer pathways from the classroom to careers. It means working collaboratively with other colleges and universities when together we can accomplish more than what one institution can accomplish alone. And it means listening carefully to the communities around us and asking not simply, what does Averett need, but also, what does our region need from Averett? Because our success and the success of this region should be inseparable. For our students, that creates tremendous opportunity. Your education will prepare you not only for your first job, but for a lifetime of adapting, leading, serving, and contributing. The world you are entering is changing extraordinarily quickly. The most valuable thing we can give you is not simply knowledge, but the ability to use that knowledge to think critically, communicate well, solve difficult problems, build relationships, and recognize opportunities that do not yet exist. And for our faculty and staff, I hope this year brings a renewed sense of possibility. You are the people who make Averett real every day. Strategies and plans matter, but institutions are ultimately built by people, by the professor who sees a potential in a student before that student sees it in herself, by the coach who teaches character alongside competition, by the staff member who solves a problem, opens a door, or simply makes someone feel like they belong here. So those moments multiplied thousands of times over, are what create a university. As we begin this year, I hope we will embrace this moment not simply as a new beginning, but as an invitation. An invitation to be ambitious about Averett's future, to strengthen the partnerships beyond our campus and the relationships within it, to try things we have not tried before, and to believe that a relatively small university can have an outsized impact on the place it calls home. The Board of Trustees is extraordinarily optimistic about what lies ahead. We are excited to work alongside Dr. Granger, our faculty and staff, our students, and our partners throughout the region to turn that opportunity into action. Our role is to help ensure that Averett has the vision, the partnerships, and the support to move forward with confidence, and we are going to do exactly that. There is tremendous work ahead of us and tremendous opportunity. Let this be the year that we look forward with confidence, build with purpose, and begin making Averett not simply one of the institutions in this region, but the institution this region cannot imagine its future without. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, welcome to a new year at Averett. We're excited to begin it with you. Thank you.
Had the program and forgot it was my turn. Good morning, my name is Buddy Raleigh. I'm Director of Advancement, 1975 graduate of Averett. It's a privilege to welcome you to the beginning of a new academic year. On behalf of the Advancement Office and our global alumni community, over 23,000 strong, living in all 50 states and over 40 countries around the world, I extend my warmest congratulations and best wishes to each one of you. To our new students, welcome to a university that will challenge you, inspire you, and help shape your future. Today marks the beginning of a journey filled with opportunities to learn, grow, and discover your potential. Make the most of every lecture, every conversation, every experience both inside and outside the classroom. To our returning students, welcome back. Continue to pursue excellence with determination and integrity. Your commitment today will become the foundation of your success tomorrow. As Director of Advancement, I have had the privilege of meeting graduates who once sat where you are today. They began their journeys with dreams and aspirations just as you have. Today they are making meaningful contributions in their professions and communities across the world. Their stories remind us that success is built not only on academic achievement, but also on resilience, curiosity, compassion, and lifelong learning. The alumni community is more than a network of graduates. It is a lifelong family. Our alumni mentor students, offer career guidance, create internship opportunities, and support the continued growth of the university. I encourage you to engage with them whenever you can, learn from their experiences, and remember that one day you will join this proud community. As you begin this academic year, set high standards for yourself. Be curious, embrace diversity, serve others, never stop learning. The friendships you build, the values you uphold, the knowledge you gain here will stay with you long after graduation. I wish you a successful, fulfilling, and memorable academic year. May your time at this university prepare you not only for a successful career, but for a life full of purpose, leadership, and service. Thank you very much, and I wish you the most success you could have. Now I want to recognize some amazing Averett alumni that are here with us today. Representing the 2020s, and graduated in the class of 2020. Please help me welcome Shakiva Frazier. Shakiva is running for city council this year. The 2010s are represented by the class of 2017, Ryan Gannon. The 2000s are representing by the class of 2003, Diane Gosby. Diane also received her master's in 2015 from Averett. The 1990s, representing the class of 1992, Kim Haynes. The 1980s, representing the class of 1987, where she received her MBA, Dr. Janet Laughlin. Janet was provost at Averett for a while too. The 1970s, representing the class of 1974, Dr. Martha Walker. And representing the 1960s, representing the class of 1966, let me hear it from Mary Franks. Thank you to these alumni for being here with us today at this ceremony opening of the academic year. Thank you all. Would everyone help me honor all of our alumni representatives one more time? In closing, let me recognize two more groups. Legacy students who have either their parents or grandparents attend Averett, and also alumni who now choose to work at Averett. If you are a legacy student or an alumnus working at Averett, please stand and be recognized. It's now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Olivia Mann, who is the interim director of enrollment.
Good morning. I'm Olivia, the interim director of enrollment here at Averett University. On behalf of the entire admissions team, I want to express a warm and excited welcome to the new students we have worked so closely with this past year. We always look forward to this day when we can see you all seated here at the beginning of your Averett journey and looking toward a bright future. This fall, we are thrilled to welcome nearly 300 new students, both first-time freshmen and transfers. You have come to study a wide variety of programs, excel at your passions, and make priceless memories. New students probably don't know yet, but the admissions team has a reputation on campus for being the party staff. Whether it's a birthday, a baby shower, Halloween, or Christmas, we will find any excuse to throw a party. But the truth is, today is our favorite celebration of the year because today we get to celebrate you. So, for a true admissions welcome, let's throw our new students a little party. A party in the USA. New students, when I call your home state, I want you to cheer as loud as you can. California. Washington, Texas, Nevada, Maryland, Ohio, Florida, Tennessee, New Jersey, New York, Florida, Washington, D.C., Georgia, Pennsylvania. All right, now it's going to get loud. South Carolina, North Carolina, and last but certainly not least, our very own Virginia. Incoming class of 2026, welcome to Averett University. We are so glad that you're here.
I'm so glad that the faculty and staff in the room are starting to get a little bit of the vibe of the new class. They have been loud and they have been fun at all of our events, and they've been very respectful. You're going to love having them in your classroom. When considering my theme for the brief remarks, I looked back on the year and thought, what gave me inspiration? You know, I spent part of my summer watching the FIFA Men's World Cup. Not a huge soccer fan, but whether you were cheering for the traditional powers or pulling for countries like Cape Verde to surprise the world, it was hard not to get swept up in the excitement. But then I decided the women play next year and they'll probably win, so we're going to talk about that next year. Personally, I did a little hiking this summer. I climbed my first solo summit, was really proud of myself, but I thought mountain metaphors, those are getting kind of old in speeches. Then I remembered a moment that really captured my imagination. On April 1st, NASA launched the Artemis II, the first crewed mission around the moon in more than 50 years. Commander Weissman, pilot Glover, mission specialist Cook, and Canadian astronaut Hansen climbed aboard a spacecraft no larger than a camper and spent nearly 10 days traveling from Earth farther than any humans in history. Cook also became the first woman ever to travel around the moon, reminding us that history still has plenty of firsts just waiting to be written. Now that's inspiration. As I watched, I realized it wasn't really a story simply about space exploration. It was a story about people, and it made me wonder, what can we learn from astronauts about the beginning that we can apply to the beginning of the year? First, 4 people from remarkably different backgrounds learned to live and work together in one small capsule for 10 days. Different careers, different personalities, different experiences. Yet success depended on learning to trust one another. Maybe there's hope for some of you that are having a few roommate conflicts already. Which also raises that question about curiosity, a follow-up curiosity. Who do you want in your capsule? Who are the people who challenge you, encourage you, tell you the truth, celebrate your successes, and help you carry your burdens? And who doesn't? Maybe we need to think about who's in our capsule. The second lesson I picked up was every mission encounters problems. Spaceflight has taught us that eventually something will go wrong. For Artemis, if you were watching, it was a toilet malfunction. Kind of makes some of our worries down here on Earth seem pretty small. The question isn't whether challenges appear, it's how the crew responded. Great teams don't panic. They communicate. They solve problems together. That's true in space, but it's also true on a college campus. The third lesson was that every astronaut gets the headlines, but the mission succeeds because of other people, not just the 4 astronauts. Thousands of engineers, technicians, scientists, flight controllers, mechanics, communicators, all supported the success of that mission. Does that sound familiar? Every student who walks across the graduation stage does so because faculty, advisors, coaches, Brett's Life staff, teams, dining hall services custodians, so many people, countless others, help make that journey possible. Every member of this community is part of the mission. Finally, Artemis 2 reminds us that exploration always begins before we know exactly what we'll discover. That crew didn't leave Earth because every answer had already been found. They launched because they believed discovery was worth the uncertainty. College is much the same. None of us begin a semester knowing exactly where it will lead, but growth has always required curiosity, courage, and willingness to venture into the unknown. So as we begin this academic year, think about our mission. Think about your mission. Be the kind of teammate and colleague that others can depend on. Solve problems instead of being discouraged by them. Remember that every member of the campus community has a role to play. And don't be afraid to explore places you've never been before, whether that's a new major, a new friendship, a new opportunity, or a new place to help on campus. Because the future has always belonged to people who are willing to launch before they have the answer. So here's to a year of curiosity, discovery, courage, and possibility. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Unique Savage, and I am a senior major in sports administration and health sports science with minors in business and coaching. I am also proud to be speaking to you today as president of the Student Government Association. Now, I go on and on about all the clubs and organizations that I am a part of here on campus, but it's not about my legacy. It's about yours. I want you to ask yourself a question. What are you going to leave behind this year at Averett? We often think college is just about getting your degree and having a good time. But what about the meaningful connections that you will make? Everyone's experience is going to look different. Making an impact doesn't mean you have to be the person who sits in the front of the classroom or even standing here on stage giving a speech. I want you to think for a second. Who has made an impact on you without you even realizing it? Regardless of what your journey may look like, you have the ability to make an impact here at Averett. Whether you are an incoming freshman or a returning student, you have the possibility to join a club or organization, apply for an internship, or even become a resident assistant. You have so many opportunities to be yourself, grow, and make a change. These opportunities aren't just another item to add to your resume. It's about who you meet, how you grow in that role, and the difference you make. So as we begin this school year, don't just think about what you can accomplish. Think about the impact you want to make and how you can make a difference. At the end of the school year, I want you to be able to look back and know that you didn't just spend another year at Averett, you left something behind. Make a connection, take that opportunity, make an impact. What will you leave behind? Thank you.
On August 1st, we welcomed our 17th president, Dr. Tasha Daniels Granger. Dr. Granger comes to us from the College of William & Mary's Raymond A. Mason School of Business, where she was an associate professor in organizational behavior. She brings more than 3 decades, doesn't look it, of higher education and leadership experience to the role, having also worked at Georgetown University, Bennett College, Duke University, JMU, and UVA. While her vast experience working in admissions, student services, finance, and enrollment management more than qualified Dr. Granger to lead us, it is her authenticity, warmth, and collaborative spirit that will strengthen our university and ensure we deliver on our promise to you, our students. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Tasha Daniels Granger.
Thank you, Provost Brown, and thank all of you for that warm welcome. Good morning, and welcome to Welcome to our faculty, our staff, our trustees, our family members who might be in the audience, returning students, alumni, and most recently, new students to Averett University. Today, we officially launch the beginning of a new academic year. As you've heard, beginnings are always such an inspirational and hopeful time. And that is a combination for us today to keep in mind for this entire year. As I shared with new students at our pinning ceremony, this is also a new start for me. And I'm delighted to kick off this new year as your new president and a member of the newest cohort of the Averett family. This is amazing. I'm not sure yet you even realize, new students, how special this start is in the narrative of your life, or even our returning students. Each beginning is a new chapter. So it's exciting to think about what this chapter will be within the rest of your life, within the rest of your life story. And the best news of all, and you'll hear me say this over and over, you are the author of your story. So it's totally up to you. Now, you won't do it by yourself, but you certainly have all editorial rights. Thinking about Convocation, which is literally translated as a summons or calling together, it's a time for everyone to come together and show up as one body. That's what we're doing for the year ahead. Another analogy, you'll discover that I'm quite a sports fan. Even though I don't know all things about all sports, I do love a good sports match. Another analogy could be the concept of the starting line. If you've ever watched or participated in a sporting event that begins with everyone lined up, hearts racing, they're eagerly waiting for a whistle, a horn, or just that loud, "Go!" You have probably felt some adrenaline. Right now, and over the past few days, and into the next week or so, I bet you'll continue to find moments where that adrenaline is really rushing. Don't panic. Adrenaline is the body's response to making things happen. It's your mobilize now hormone. It makes us believe that there is a reason to act. It is also fleeting, doesn't stick around forever. So, once you get started on that race, on that journey, whatever your reason for starting, it'll be up to you to find the motivation to keep going and get to that finish line. And that's where I hope to see you. The good news, again, more good news, there are so many support systems right here, not only to help you keep going, but to cheer you on. And we are cheering you on. There are your classmates that you entered with. There are upper class students. There are your professors, your advisors, other staff members, your family, Averett alumni. So many resources for whatever you need. And don't forget about me. I want you to count me in your cheerleading group too. Working together, all of those individuals, all of those groups, makes your potential for success so much more likely. And we are here to support and facilitate your growth towards success. But don't expect us to fix it for you. Be ready for our questions, many of which you've heard this morning already, about how you plan to fix it. And together, we'll figure it out. Give yourself a chance to do what you came here to do. Give yourself time to adjust. It's been quite a long time since my convocation and I sat in the audience, and while I don't remember all the details, what I do recall from the first few weeks away from home is all the emotions recall a few moments, maybe more than a few, in those first several weeks where I was just missing my home life. I missed my parents, and believe it or not, my then annoying 2 younger brothers. It didn't take long, however, before I found my new family. A group specifically of 3 other women who would become lifelong friends: Princess, Monique, and Erica. And fast forward many, I won't tell you how many, but many years later, the 4 of us are still very much connected. They are the family that I found, the family that I nourished, and the family that helped me get to where I am. I am sure that you will find that family among your Averett cohort. So we still come together and convoke, depending, for annual gatherings. Now we invite our families to join us. We relive memories and we continue to make new ones. I hope that for you. I wish that for you. To our new students, when you find lifelong friends, and you will, and your new home away from home here at Averett, you will be on your way. You heard from Olivia Mann that you're a special class. You're a special class worth celebrating, and we are glad to have you here. So, what are we going to do this year? We are going to make this a year to remember. And in true cougar fashion, and I'm still learning, but what I do know is that cougars roar. So we are going to roar. To our returning students, you already know how to roar. And you're not only still here, but you're achieving. You've overcome challenges, and you're headed for that finish line. So what are you going to do, returning students? What are we going to do together? We are going to keep building on what you started, so you keep leading and mentoring. Hold on, I'll give you a chance to do your roar, I promise. I'm at least grateful for the school spirit. To the engine behind it all, our faculty and our staff. An institution's promise to its students is only as good as the people who show up and keep it going no matter what. Averett students, listen closely. You have the best among you. You are very fortunate to have this faculty on your side, to call them your very own. They know you, or they will get to know you. They will support you through it all. They will challenge you to deliver at your highest levels. And they will be cheering for you at that finish line with a loud roar. So in fact, since they will be cheering for you throughout, and especially then, every day, in fact. Students, join me in giving your faculty a strong Averett roar. Okay, we're going to work on that. How about a rousing round of applause? Should go to the leader of your faculty, Dr. Julie Brown. Our provost, your provost, she's doing an amazing job, and today is her birthday. of the roar, and I want to break the roar down because as I see you over the coming year, I'm going to ask you about your part in this roar, right? And so, listen carefully. This is going to be our rally call. New students, I challenge you to rise. Rise and keep rising. Rise every day with a new mindset and a plan for success. One day at a time. One assignment at a time. One moment at a time. You have already done something really difficult. You left what was familiar and you chose to be here, which took courage. Give yourself credit for that. Now comes the harder part, showing up every day, day after day, even when it's unfamiliar, as it continues to be difficult. So rise, not just out of bed every morning, but into the version of yourself that Averett is preparing you to become. Returning students, I challenge you to optimize this year, in the classroom and beyond the classroom, through your connections to faculty and staff. You know this campus. You know its rhythm, its shortcuts, its people, what worked last year and what didn't. That knowledge is your advantage. Use it. Refine how you study, who you learn from, where you spend your energy. Optimizing isn't just about doing more. It's about doing what matters better. Now, for the rest of us, faculty, staff, alumni, everyone and anyone interested in the success of this new class and all students and Averett University, we must act. Act boldly and consistently. To stand still and not act is to decline growth. We are not declining invitations for growth around here. Ideas don't teach themselves. Programs don't run themselves. Communities don't build themselves. Action is necessary. So let's act every day. Be on time and prepared. Show up to office hours, both students and faculty. Take the meeting. Answer the emails and the phones. Small, deliberate, repeated action is how anything worth building has come to be. Averett is worth every small, deliberate, repeated action. So if we rise to the challenge and we optimize our full range of opportunities and we act boldly and consistently, we will get the results that Averett deserves. That's how we roar. We are moving toward the finish line together. We will roar together, so let's roar. So, with a rousing roar, I declare the 2026 academic year officially underway. Now, this is another moment where I break protocol. I have been in the classroom for over the last decade, and one of the things I do every year on the first day of class is I take a selfie with my students. I don't have a class this year, so I get all the classes. I
We are almost there, y'all. We're in the home stretch. I see those programs going. All right. As we begin this new academic year, we felt it appropriate to recognize our spring Dean's List and President's List honorees, students who show that focus, effort, and perseverance pay off. To our incoming class, let their example be your invitation. This is where dedication leads and the journey starts today. While not all of our recipients could join us today, and some of those have graduated from the spring, we do want to recognize those who are able to attend today. So, the first group of students to be recognized are those students who were on the Dean's List for the spring 2026 semester. To be on the Dean's List, students must achieve a 3.4 GPA or higher. So will those students who were on the Dean's List this spring, and you can see some of their names up on the PowerPoint, if those who are on the Dean's List would please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. All right. Next, we are proud to recognize those students on the President's List. These are students who achieved a 4.0 GPA. That is all A's, folks. All A's. So will those students, and again you can see those names on the presentation, will those students on the President's List for spring 2026 please stand and be recognized. Again, congratulations. Keep it up this year. Our honor leaders will be handing out certificates for Dean's List and President's List recipients in the lobby immediately after today's ceremony. So please stop by and pick those up. All right. Before we stand, I want to talk a little bit about the alma mater. In a few moments, we're going to sing the alma mater together. Many of you don't know the words yet, and that's exactly how it should be, because this is where you learn them. The phrase alma mater comes from us, it comes from Latin, and it means literally nourishing mother. It is a tender and deliberate phrase. It names something true about this place, that Averett is not merely a set of buildings, a list of courses, or a credential you will one day carry into the world. It is something that feeds you, nourishing your mind, nourishing your character, and nourishing your sense of who you might become. When you sing this song, you are not simply learning the melody, you are joining every voice that has ever sung these words. The graduates from decades ago, from generations ago, of long before many of us were born. They stood in this place. They were as uncertain as some of you may feel today. And they sang these same words, and then they went out and did remarkable things. And we have several of them with us here today. So, I want you to sing it imperfectly. Sing it before you fully understand it, because you will sing it again. At the end of hard nights and long semesters, on the day you graduate, and years from now at reunions, when the words will mean far more to you than they possibly could today. The song will grow with you, and that is its gift. So we are now going to rise and sing together, just so retorto. All right. We're going to sing together, and you're going to continue to stand as our chaplain gives our closing benediction.
We are at the end. As we are getting ready to go, after the benediction, I ask you to stay where you are while the platform party and faculty and staff recess, and then we will all depart. All right? So, I invite you now to hear our benediction as we leave today. All-loving God, our Creator and Sustainer, just as the rains come down and water the earth, allowing life to spring forth from the ground, may your promises and Spirit spring forth across this campus. May we approach this new school year with joy for the discoveries to be made. May we move with grace and find grace returned through our relationships to those in this community. And may you, God, bless our efforts, giving us confident hope in who you are creating us to be. Amen.